Morning, everybody. Morning. My goodness, sitting here. I went to 6 a.m. yoga, and holy freaky fracks. I mean, I forget. Every time I go to 6 a.m. yoga, I'm like, why did I do this? And I'm so grateful that I did, because it just allows me to just have that part of my day, number one, out of the way. Number two, I drag my butt to yoga class, and I'm like one coffee in and feeling just sluggish and not awake yet. And I swear, like they always say at the beginning of yoga class, they say, set your intention for this class. And I find myself standing there waiting to do the breathing exercise and telling myself, my intent for this class is that I do not pass out and that I make it through the class. That is my intent for this class, is to survive the class and make it through and just do the best that I possibly can. I love yoga for the whole practice of the understanding that we sometimes fall out, and that in the falling out that there is so much growth in it, and that it's okay to fall out, that we've just met our edge for that moment, for that posture, for that moment in our life. And yoga definitely teaches us that. So then, I got back, and I have been sitting here and, finally got cleaned up, did a little bit of self-care stuff, mommy world of cleaning the house a little bit, getting my laundry done, all the non-sexy stuff that everybody doesn't realize that, hey, Kendall has laundry too, Kendall has kids too, hey, she's got dishes too. Yep, I got all that shit to do, and which is what my morning was. And then I sat down, and I was looking at some open relationship stuff, because I'm working with a bunch of couples on open relationship. And Addison, my intention at 6 a.m. is not to fall asleep. Yeah, I know. I was like, oh, yawning in class. No, so I got back, and, after it all, I'm sitting here and I'm working on open relationship stuff for some couples that I've been working with. And I have people write up their boundaries and send them to me, and and then it's just like, oh my, you guys don't get boundaries. This is not healthy. This is control. This is manipulation. How is this helping each other be a better person? How is this making us fall more in love with each other? How is this supportive to our desires, our needs, all that kind of stuff? Like, why am I actually requesting this boundary? Is this to control, manipulate, guilt you into something that I want? Or is this actually beneficial for the relationship, for you, for us in general, And it is, one of those things that it's very, very interesting to watch. So I'm sitting here and just, I took their like 10 boundaries and turned them into 24 boundaries. I was just like, I feel like such a attorney right now in this moment, because I've just been scripting out this whole agreement contract all morning. It's like, here we go. This is what I'm going to be doing at lunchtime today, is working through somebody's boundaries and stuff. And it's just, trying to give them a healthy set point, trying to give them a place to develop from, so that they can both become better individuals and have a better relationship. Which brings me to today's topic, that over the weekend I had some amazing, oh my goodness, I am in such gratitude today, because on all weekend I've been in gratitude, because I was having a conversation with an old lover of mine, and I love this man so deeply. He's definitely one of my favorite people on the planet, and if you catch this, I love you. And he made the statement to me that he's very grounded in my presence. And I was just like, even though I've been told different things on that line, his verbiage of grounded in your presence was just shifting to me. And I guess something that I really needed to experience and hear at this point in my life, and over the weekend for sure. And this was shared with me. And so I'm actually working on a whole write-up. I'm like, dang, I could probably write a book on just this topic when it actually comes about. And who knows, maybe that's where we're going. Maybe he's stirred a book idea for me. I don't know. We shall see. But as that was merging through, and I was had this whole conversation with him about what does grounded in your presence mean? What are those feelings? And you guys are going to get privy to this, because I'm actually going to be doing some copy pasting of his words and about 10 other gentlemen's words, because I decided to take this statement of grounded in your presence and share it, in a favor form of like, hey, here's what somebody said to me. do you agree with this statement? So I shared it with clients, I shared it with friends, I shared it with past lovers, with current lovers. I shared it with the grand masculine and looked at, I didn't want just one or two opinions. I wanted to get a whole handful of opinions. So it went out to about 10 different people. 10 different people, and the responses have been everywhere from breathtaking in a good sense to breathtaking in a bad sense. And it is just, like, it's been a beautiful, beautiful experience that now has me just very deep diving into what this actually means, grounded in your presence. The gist of it that I want to discuss though today, and this is really going out to men and women alike, so I'm not going to hit the women here, I'm not going to hit the men. This is a generalized conscious coffee on this, and this is, you make me want to be. You make me want to be. This is the question that I do ask a lot of my couples and singles when I'm working with them and they're trying to get out there and they're trying to get into the dating game. And I ask them, I'm like, what do you bring to the relationship? Like, what do you bring to the relationship? And when I say, what do you bring to the relationship, I don't mean what kind of like awesome sexual position can you get into? Like, what do you bring to the relationship? Can you bring depth? Can you bring vulnerability? Can you bring playfulness? Can you bring intimacy? Can you bring, inquiry and a desire to learn, a desire to know more, a desire to be revealed and to share of self? Can you bring this stuff? And this is all untangible stuff, right? It's up here. It's the mind, it's thoughts, it's emotions. And yes, it is received and given sometimes in a physical aspect, And what his statement was really saying to me, and as I kind of dug through 10 different people's responses to me around this statement, what kept coming back to me was a couple things. And one of the primary things that I received from the masculine that I asked this favor of was that the statement of, you make me want to be a better man. You make me want to expand in my growth, in who I am. You make me want to see more of my authentic self. You make me want to reveal myself more, to be, in this beautiful space. And I was like, that's such a powerful thing. And I had this memory of, I don't remember what movie, I think it's called As Good as It Gets or something like that. And I remember it's Jack Nicholson and oh goodness, I can't think of her name. Anyways, I love her, but I can't think of her name, the actress. But there is this movie, and I remember Jack Nicholson, he has massive OCD issues to the point that he can't like step on lines on the sidewalk and everything. This movie is like from the 90s, like way back. Back when I actually had when I actually watched movies. I don't do that anymore. I hardly ever watch a movie these days. But when I was big into movies back in my 20s, is my TV. Wasn't. Yeah, so not true. But I remember this movie, and towards the end of it, they go back and forth in their relationship, Jack Nicholson and the female actress. And she just kind of breathes through his shit with him. And she just keeps loving him no matter what. And his little quirks and different things. And she just loves him. And yes, they have their differences. And they have this like falling out, and then they come back together. And there's this moment when he looks at her, and he looks at her and he says, you make me want to be a better man. And that was always so striking to me. Even in my youth, I thought, I want to have that impact. I want to have that impact. I want to make somebody want to be better just by loving them, not by trying to manipulate them, not by trying to control them, not by criticizing and judgment and pointing out their flaws. No, this does not make us want to become better. This makes us want to rebel against it. This makes us want to push away from somebody when they try to control, manipulate, guilt us into things. Like the boundaries that I was discussing, right? Do we set healthy boundaries, or are we doing this for manipulation, guilt, trying to gain something, trying to force somebody into our ways? And when we can just unconditionally hold space and love somebody, no matter what that relationship is, what we end up doing is we set the stage for them to actually be witnessed and to feel themselves. Now, sometimes they run into, moments where they don't like themselves. Sometimes they run into moments where they're scared, where they're fearful, where they feel weak, where they feel extremely raw and vulnerable. These are all beautiful moments. And when we can hold that space, just non-judgmental and in love, in compassion for somebody, then what we do is we offer them the opportunity to have this passion, this desire rise up of, I want to be a better person. And that is both sexes. This is what I think one of the primary things, and as this was coming up for me this morning, I was thinking about, I'm like, this is so important on both sides. I've been in relationship myself where I didn't want to be a better, like, I had no motivation to be a better person. It was just like, fuck it, like, whatever. I'm not going to go and get up and worry about my well-being, as far as like, I wouldn't care about my body. I wouldn't even, brush my teeth, but it wasn't that I wanted to present myself in any way. I wasn't concerned about certain different things. I would try to take control. I had horrible OCD issues way back in my 20s too, bleaching the baseboards and making everything was just lined up. And this was because I didn't choose to be a better person in who I was, in the expansion of my emotional body or my psychological body, or, I was practicing energetics and different stuff. I didn't do some of the deeper work, that deep healing work and the shadow work that was needed. So that reflection process, but instead I would turn that control that I was feeling put on me, that kind of shut me down, and I would try to control outside sources like my baseboards. And I always lean on the baseboards because I don't clean my baseboards anymore. And like, I probably should, but they're baseboards. I can hire a maid for that or something. But what I have noticed is that there were relationships in my past and even in my current, and thing. This can be the relationship with your children, with a best friend, with a really close person in your life, or with your sister, your brother, just people. Like, my clients make me want to be a better person consistently, because I see them going through stuff, and some of my challenges kind of pop up, and different things will pop up with my clients, and I go, like, I need to do some work right here on this so that I can be standing strong in who I am, so that I can offer the best, most sound advice and help them move through something. So they help me consistently work on myself and want to expand and become a better person. The men in my life in different categories, and friends, lovers, all of this different stuff. Right now, I have some absolutely amazing men in my life in all these different ways. And I feel so supported by the masculine and nurtured and loved by the masculine, which, guess what? That honoring process makes me want to be a better person. I'm like, I want to be worthy of that honoring. I want to be worthy of that appreciation. It's so warming and inviting. Yesterday, I asked a client of mine, I asked him this question, and and he's very short in his response, but then he came back and he said, how does it make you feel, Kendal, to be appreciated? And I said, it's warming. It's warming. It's heart opening. It's, it feels like the universe is holding me, cradling, I believe is the word that I used with him. I said, it feels like the universe is cradling me through the appreciation of other people. Well, anytime we are nurtured and we feel as though is cradling, nurturing us, and we can recognize that God is using earth angels, as you might like to refer to people, these earth angels to support you. What that does is that has you lean into, like, excuse me, it has us lean into this space of knowing that we are worthy because it's already being received. It's already presenting itself. I have to dig for a cough drop. But it also has us. It also has us wanting to become more worthy. Okay, I have no cough drops in here. I'll be right back. Okay, like I said, I'll be right back. So it has us wanting to become even more worthy of that appreciation. even though in there we are being nurtured, because we are being cradled, because we have appreciation and love coming to us, we also know that we're worthy of it. And when we really open up to that receiving, that the receiving of it is us saying, I know that I'm worthy of this love. I know that I'm worthy of this appreciation. I know that I am worthy of this connection, of this intimacy, of this sharing of time and space in this moment with somebody. And that right there, I can tell you that right there, when we have that kind of concentrated value in the relationship, what that offers us is desire. And that desire is then based in, I want to be a better person. I want to be a better person for this moment. I want to be a better person for you. I want to be a better person for me. I want to be a better person for God, the creator. Like I want to keep this coming in. This is amazing. This feels great. This feels awesome. This is so powerful. And what do we do? In that moment, what we do is we now bring to the table of relationship, any relationship, we bring such a more dense, deep, rich version of ourselves, because now we're really in the game. Now we're really there. Now we're really present. Now we're really willing to witness and to be witnessed. And we're willing to just like lean the fuck in and like we're going with it. Even if it is a relationship that, I have the statement of a reason, a season, or a lifetime. You don't know what the relationship is until the end of your life, right? I keep finding that relationships kind of ebb and flow, and they change over the course of time, and relationships that can do that are beautiful. Well, at any given time, if you are presenting the most authentic, real version of yourself, that's all you can ever do, right? Is just keep doing that. You keep offering this beautiful openness, this beautiful connection, this beautiful intimacy. You hold space for another. They hold space for you. There's a depth. And in that connection, in that intimacy, what you present is you wanting to be a better person and building this desire in the other for them to want to be a better person as well. The other thing that's on point, I don't know, maybe I won't discuss that. That's probably too much. I'll end up like doing a 2-hour conscious coffee. I don't have time for that. Sorry. All right. We're backing out of that conversation. Backing out. So it's just too in depth. I'm telling you, these gentlemen, I am so blessed to have these men in my life in all categories, because they really have touched me over the weekend, making the offers, the shares that they have with me and everything. And the topic here, of just like, what is it? What do you present in that relationship? How do you make people feel? Like, what do you make them want for? Or what do you make them run away for? It's like, there really is this line of like some that they push us so much to expand ourselves or to view ourselves. Last week I was talking about the mirroring effect and how we are mirrored in relationship, right? And what that actually looks like and what that means. And here again, there is the mirroring that goes on, but then there is a realization that through our presence, through our ability to hold space, to have this unconditional state of being with somebody, that what we really truly offer them, viewing of themselves. And that viewing is not just a viewing, it is a feeling. There's this deep, rich, beautiful feeling of, I feel so stable right now. I feel so aligned right now. I feel so me. Feel that with somebody, we have to realize that it's not that person, okay? It's not that person. It's that we, in that moment, are not steady in ourselves. That person is bringing something about in us that is making us question our alignment, making us question who we are, making us question different things, programs, old thoughts. You'll notice that different people bring up different thought processes in your psyche, in your being, right? And all of a sudden, Like, why am I thinking that? And oh, now I'm acting like this, and now I'm acting like that. And I was like, but that's not who I am. Why am I acting like that? Because something triggered. Look, a sensation, something went through you, and it triggered you into an old program. So what? Now, how are they making you want to be a better person, or are they not making you want to be a person? Are you getting stuck in that situation of, oh, here I am back in the old shoes? The thing that you have to realize is, how do you make another person feel, right? And say, oh, I make 9 out of 10 guys want to be a better man. Yay, me, right? Whatever. I don't make them do anything, okay? I'm not making them feel anyway. All I'm doing is stating a space. I'm holding this space inside myself so that I can feel myself in that moment. And in my stableness in who I am in that moment, that offers them open ground to feel themselves. And in there, they find, I want to be a better man. I want to be a better person. I want more for my life. I want this. I feel so grounded. I feel so that. All it is that I'm not putting any of my ideas, desires, hopes onto them. So I'm completely free-handed to them. I'm just like, no, you don't have to. I don't need you to show up in any fashion for me to be me. I can just be me over here. And in my offering of me just being me, you get the opportunity to just be you. And what is at everybody's core, and this is completely dead fucking wrong, but my personal belief is that at our core, we are all love-based. We all want to feel loved, to feel fully embodied, to feel joy and peace, and all desire, happiness, and everything that comes with it. And we understand that in order to have that happiness at our core, underneath all of our wounds, all of our trauma and our garbage and our armor, we all do know at our core that in order for us to have that, we absolutely must want to be a better person, which means to love self, to accept self, to be present in self, to be accepting of self, self-compassion, self-love, and to be grounded in certain people in our lives that show this to us by their ability to be in that when they're around us, when they are around us. It is the two coming together. So realize that if you feel this way, if you're around somebody and they have you going, I want to be a better person, I want to be a better person, I want to be a better person, that this is not actually them. This is you. This is a presentation of you coming up, rising. This is your truth. This is really, truly your core. They are not in charge of your emotions, your feelings, your desires, okay? They might be an activator to it by how they are and what they are triggering inside of you. The same should be true, though, when you get on this path of wanting to be a better person and you start doing this kind of work. The reality is that even when you get triggered in a negative fashion, what feels negative, it's not as fun as all the appreciation statements and hugs and love that you get when you're feeling that. There's a reverse side, which I've received from people too over the last weekend. And that is the reverse side of kind of having your, smacked by something. And instead of it crashing us, instead of it making us go, oh, that person's right. Like, yeah, I really suck right here. Like, this is just like, yeah. We don't let that happen. When we're doing our work, we look at that and we go, thank you. Thank you for your witnessing. Thank you for what you just offered me, because you just offered me that kind of triggered me. You own it. That triggered me right there. And I'm going to go and I'm going to do some more extra healing work around it. And you're making me want to be a better person. You're making me want to stand firmer in myself. You're making me want to really show exactly where, my truth even more. Not for you, for me. It's always about me. And that's what you need to get to the realization of, is that you need to do the work, not for somebody else, not to get them to feel a certain way look at you a certain way, connect with you a certain way, but to do the work for self. And when you are doing the work for self, all of a sudden, what you end up having is a beautiful life, a very strong foundation in who you are. You don't waver. You are actually very present and in the moment, engaged in the game with whomever you are with in that moment, appreciating them and offering them the same opportunity that you are offering yourself in that moment. So hopefully I wasn't too confusing. Let me see. I've got some, oh man, hold on, my computer. I was going to go and read this off to you. My beautiful sister-in-law is doing an amazing, I believe it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Let me find it. Yeah. Now, my beautiful sister-in-law, she is doing this 3-day event, February 12th through the 14th. And then she's going to have bonus activity coming over the weekend, which I'm participating in. And it's called Quantum Leap Your Relationships, Transform Your Love Life. This is a 3-day training and activation. Coral is, I have known Coral for, oh God, I can't. She's married to the guy that I refer to as my little brother. Even though we're not blood related, he is still my little brother. I've known him since he was 8. I love him to death. He is really, truly my little brother. We pick on each other like that. But my sister-in-law, she is a coach out in California, and her mentor, Erica, are doing this 3-day event. So I want to definitely put a little bloop on here to everybody, because if you want to participate in a free seminar, training, activation over the holidays, and learning about relationships and learning about how to quantum leap yours, as it's being titled, definitely take advantage of this. You will find a link on both my profile page and on my business page. So no matter where you are catching this live stream from, know that it is there. And you have to message Coral to get the invite for this event. It is a very special event, but so make sure that you take advantage of it and explore the opportunity of this free training. It's going to be very, very fun, exciting, talking about quantum leaping different aspects of relationship, talking about the quantum field. This is like where we get into the actual exploration of how we can control the quantum world around us with our intentions, with our desires, and how we can actually set the stage for that. So the other piece of this that you're going to see launching is that last year I did a beautiful workshop called Manifest Your Man. So ladies in the house, this is for you. We all want roses and organic chocolate and wine and romance and foot massages and neck massages. I love neck massages. I love foot massages too. We want our guy to know the little things, and that's what I mean by that, is the little things. Like this morning I woke up to a beautiful note on my computer. I opened up my computer at a yoga class, and my guy had written me a note, said I love you and hope you have an amazing day, and I go out and my car is full of gas because I had just not gotten gas over the weekend, but he went and filled up my gas tank for me. That one little thing off my checklist. And those are such important things in relationship. They're so little, just to leave a little note of, hey, I'm thinking about you, or hey, I'm trying to support you and take care of you in this. There you go. There's 2 things that you can do for your lady that will mean far more than overpriced flowers and an overpriced dinner this week. To look for the little things that love really is, and those little gestures of, I'm thinking about you, what can I take off your plate? How was your day? How can I support you? Those kinds of things. The world. And for all the ladies in the house who would love to manifest a conscious lover who can, who thinks like this, acts like this, who can present so much in a conscious relationship and give you what you actually deserve as a woman, I have going to be a replay. So this is relaunching. All the content is there. You can access it right now today. Okay. You can access it right now today, and it is called Manifest Your Man. Look for the deets on this coming out probably in the comment section later. My awesome ninja doesn't know that I'm doing this because this was kind of like on the spot. Sorry. But look for it in the comment section to go ahead and grab that workshop right now. And it is very, very powerful. Some fantastic content in there on creating the relationship of your dreams, ladies. So, gentlemen, if you want to know how to call in the woman that you desire into your life, message me, okay? Message me. Send me a private message. We can work on that. I don't have a program for you. Sorry, gents. I do have lots of other workshops that are available, programs that are available for you. But thank you. Thank you. I'm not done. I'm not done with that. I'm probably going to be throwing out some more stuff later. I should probably try to plan out my organic flow here. It doesn't work though. It doesn't work. No, guys, if you would like to learn how to manifest a beautiful lover into your life, or reignite the relationship that you have, and here's the reality: if you think that taking your girl out on Valentine's Day and spending $400 on dinner and $100 on a floral arrangement or some trinket, and that is love, and that you're just showing it on a Hallmark holiday, it's not going to work. It's not going to repair the damage of however many years you have ignored the situation. It might get you lucky for this day, but that's about it, and it will not she is into it, or that she wants it, or that she's or the romance you once had. But there are things that you can do to reignite the love in your life, or to call in the love in your life. So message me for information on the coaching that I offer, gentlemen on that, and to couples on that. Okay, guys, I am off and running. I love you guys. I will catch you tomorrow with another Conscious Coffee. And remember, ask yourself today, what is it that I'm bringing to the table in my relationship? And how is it that other people witness me? What do I desire to provide somebody else in relationship?